Like it was brilliant. But ever since he said, I think it was 2008 or something, that's when things started to go down in terms of pay.
Yeah, so it's a little bit swings and roundabouts, to be honest. So one of the things is that the money hasn't gone up, and if anything, the money has gone down. So the Northwest up at Manchester it always paid more because in the sort of 90s there just weren't enough acts, so it had to pay 200, 250 quid to get people to come out of London to come and do the gig, and then if anything that's gone down. But then on the other side of that, because there's more gigs. So on a typical weekend, when I this time last year, I wouldn't have gone out on a weekend without doing doubles and triples. So whereas it used to be you would get £200 to go and do one gig, now you would get 150 or £200 and you could do two gigs in a night. And my thinking always was, once you were out of the house, you're at work. Once you've gone to a gig, you're at work. And if you can do two or three gigs in a night, it was a much better night's work. And what we used to do was I would get £200 for a gig, or £100, £150 in London in the 90s. And that was that. You had to get to London, you had to have all travel expenses. And yeah, so it swings and roundabouts. The money hasn't gone up, but the amount of gigs that you can do has gone up.
Hmm. And the Northwest is still a better place for comedy in terms of making a living than down south, would you say?
From what I can gather, so a long time ago, maybe like 15 years ago, I was sitting in the green room and all established acts, all well-established acts, and everybody was from the south except me. And we were talking, and I was going, well, I don't gig in London. It's mainly in London because most of my friends had got kids and stuff, and it wasn't as much fun to go. And I'd spent all the money just by being there. And I was going, oh, what's the scene like in London? And people were saying that it's starting to turn into like LA, which is a showcase city. And basically in LA, nobody gets paid. Everybody's either trying out something for their next TV appearance or for their tour, or they're hoping to get spotted. And as far as I can gather, London has got more like that the acts don't make their living in London. They make their living doing the gigs that they do outside of London. So that's the impression that I'm getting from my distance.
And apart from the big clubs, but even then, it's still. I mean, I know that someone told me, and I'm going to say who, but they told me that they got around 250 a gig. What it was? Oh, actually, I will say it was Nigel, and he told me that with the Comedy Store, each gig he got 250 quid for each gig.
Yeah. So the thing is with that. So with the store, so I haven't done gigs in the store for years, and they don't have it, and they don't have their building in Manchester anymore. So with that, but if you look at that over the course of the entire year, very few acts get work there, do they? Very few acts are doing that gig that pays well. So it probably means, and I think this is across the board in stand-up, some people making a fortune, aren't they? Like stadiums, making an absolute fortune. And then the middle section, which is where most acts find themselves, they're making a decent living, and there's a few people make a good living. So if you're a headliner in the UK, you're making a good living. You're making a very good living. And then below that, there's all the people that, some of whom are brilliant, but they still have to do a day job because they just can't get, there's just not enough of those gigs. So if you're a teacher and you're going to go and try and be a stand-up, how hard is it to get those £250 gigs? It's almost impossible